Hey guys, welcome back to the Ghost and Friends YouTube channel. It's the Texas-Georgia pregame show, joined by all the special buddies we've made here or special friends we've made on the channel. Guy Joseph Venero, top right, bottom right, Nash Talks Texas is back, and bottom left, Peyton Yeager, who is working and still on the channel.
I'm not driving. I'm in the passenger seat for everybody.
She's lying.
Are you doing your best Georgia Bulldog impression right now? Just reckless driving all around the city of Dallas?
Ooh, I got my seatbelt on.
Well, stay safe out there. Yeah, guys, how we feeling? Everybody confident going into this one? We nervous? How are we feeling right now about this?
I'm nervous that I'm too confident, I think, is where I'm at.
I think y'all actually might be surprised. I mean, I'm confident in our team, but this is gonna. Not to no pun intended, but this is gonna be a dogfight.
Peyton?
No pun intended. I think it's gonna come down to the very end. So I'm not nervous right now, but I think fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go, I think I'm definitely gonna be nervous.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. I'm nervous as hell about this. I think Nash hit it. I think it'll be a dog fight. Georgia's going to show up. I kind of have an inkling they get out to a little bit of an early start in this game, which could make things interesting because they kind of have to. It's kind of a little bit of a playoff game for them. They have tough opponents on that schedule. So I'm with y'all. I'm nervous. Welcome some Georgia Bulldogs into the chat. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Glad I got my one Georgia speeding joke out of the way before he came in, but here we go. Whoever wants to take this one first, but as you look at Texas, you look at Georgia, what are some of the things that concerns you for this particular matchup, or maybe it's just about the Georgia Bulldogs? And then on the flip side, where do you think kind of Texas can kind of exploit the Dogs, and what matchups do you kind of think are favorable?
One thing that kind of concerned me is that Georgia's already played some. They've had some tough games where they might have not played to their standard. And usually when you have those levels of games and you have a coach like Kirby Smart, you tend to come into those later games prepared, so it's one of those deals where I kind of wish they didn't have a Kentucky game or they didn't have that Mississippi State coming into Texas, they're, just not tested really. But, and not to say that Mississippi State or Kentucky tested them, but they had to face adversity there. And usually I'd rather my teams that we played have not gone through a lot of adversity.
Kind of like Texas this year, if you're Georgia looking at us. No, I agree with a lot of that, man. They played a Clemson, who's probably a top 10 to 12 team in the country. They obviously played an Alabama, who's top 7 or 8 team in the country. Texas has played Michigan when they were, they were. I guess they were top 10, but they're not a top 10 team, not a top 20 team. Go ahead.
And to borrow from the Alabama game, they were down 28 points.
True. Yep.
Something like that to Alabama. So it's just that's one of the things that like Peyton's right. Until this game is over, or it's just mathematically not possible for them to score and get the points, I'm going to be nervous because they've shown that they're going to fight. They're not going to stop fighting. And they're, this is the team that you want to. I remember we used to have issues with this with Steve Sarkisian, or not issues, but we used to there were some gripes with fans saying, hey, let's stomp on some necks, right? We got let's strangle our opponents when we got the lead. This is the team that you got to do that to. You got to stomp on them when you got them down.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, man. If we get that chance to get up big in this game, got to close it out, finish strong, which we've improved on. 2021, those second halves were rough, man. 2022, couple second halves got away from us. Last year, we held on. TCU held on against Houston, but 2 games that never should have been that close.
That the Kansas State game last year, that's exactly what we want to avoid, and that's kind of what
I'm worried about.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would love to get up big on these guys. I think it would go a long, long ways to obviously winning the football game. It would kind of, I wonder what we would look like with a big lead, because last week with Oklahoma, we still threw the ball around plenty. And I think we'd have to do that here. Georgia probably keys in on the run, sells out. If we just keep playing our offense, that's when I think Texas, you put that full game together, kind of stop on a neck. But Joseph, what about you, man? What scares you about Georgia when you look at them as a team, offensively, defensively, and then on the flip side, where do you think we can hit them at?
Yeah, I mean, the big matchup that I think Georgia has over us, I'm really worried about Trevor Etienne. Our run defense hasn't been great. They throw the ball more than they run, but he's really good, and I worry. And he'll probably be the best running back that we've faced so far. I guess the Michigan game maybe, but I really worry about our run defense. And on the flip side, I am very confident in our ability to throw all over them as well. So those are probably my main two things I'm looking into this game.
Peyton, have you watched much Georgia Bulldog football, and what do you think about what you've seen if you've watched them?
I watched the Kentucky game. That was kind of weird. But I hope when we're having our Sunday conversation that we are seeing so much connectivity on Quinn and Bond. I'm assuming he's playing. I'm just going forward with that. I just hope that they are lights out on that.
Yeah, Quinn's going to have to be Quinn. We need big game Quinn. We can't have first quarter Russ Quinn. Last year, Wyoming Quinn, like we need Quinn. Shout out Coach Chris Hayes showing up here. Go Dogs, he says. Coach Chris Hayes is very, very good at breaking down the X's and O's. If you're curious to see what Georgia thinks about Texas and Coach Sarkisian's scheme, he has posted multiple short videos on his YouTube channel, each video 20 to 30 minutes long, talking about the Texas offense. He is a massive fan, I'll say that, of Steve Sarkisian and what Texas is doing as a program, and in particular on offense. So y'all go check out Coach Chris Hayes. He is a certified ball knower, but let's hope his team has an absolute shitty Saturday coming up. Shout out, Coach. Appreciate you being here. Gage says, run the ball, staying ahead of the chains on first down. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Penalties, turnovers, hold on to the football. Yeah, a clean game from Texas, penalty-wise, turnover-wise. Obviously, really difficult to play a completely clean game in the penalty department, but just don't turn the ball over. The writing was on the wall last week for Oklahoma to jump out on us a couple of scores just with the way field position went. You turned over the football. Luckily, they're very inept, borderline high school offense, and Texas has a pretty dang good defense. So it didn't bite us. Georgia is a team, like you guys said, throw the ball a chunk. Small, twitchy wide receivers look a lot like Texas's. And so, yeah, you can't look like that. What's the key to getting off to a fast start for Texas here in this game?
I'll let one of y'all go first.
No, you got it.
Talk to me, Joseph. Talk to me, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the worst thing that would happen to us is starting off slow like we did against OU. Even in the Colorado State game a little bit with the weird interception like that. Those kind of things are things that just can't happen in this game. We need to be good early. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm worried about. What Quinn Ewers are we going to see on Saturday, right? Are we going to see, the Quinn from week 2 to week 4, whatever it was, that was zipping the ball around? Or are we going to see, 2022 Quinn, right? Like, what are we seeing? That's what I'm worried about. I didn't think he had the greatest game on Saturday. Obviously, we still, balled out against Oklahoma, but that kind of performance that he had last week, if you have that this week, that's really worrisome.
Cage.
I think going out and attacking the pass early on, like just trying to get out ahead in front, and then really honestly, kind of what JD Hack said, run the football and just play complementary football, because that's what Steve Sarkisian likes to do. And to that point, like running play action, Quinn is excellent in play action. And part of my thing with Quinn Ewers, I think this would be a very interesting question if anybody has the ability to ask a question in the press conference, because they don't let us little YouTube dweebs in there. But I would ask Steve Sarkisian about, hey, does Quinn Ewers kind of show up in big games? Is that more or less because, there's certain guys, like if you remember James Brown, right? James Brown was not going to be the practice guy, but that dude was a gamer, right? Is it because Quinn's a gamer, or is it because Quinn, when he has a big game opponent coming up, he says, you know what? I need to put extra time and preparation into my opponent. And it's like the old saying, the best plan is being prepared or something like that. And it's just, I think that might go to show a little bit on why Quinn Ewers comes out there in big games, which in that case, I mean, the last 5-6 days, that's been when Quinn Ewers is going to win the game.
No, I'm with you, man. Like this falls pretty heavily on the shoulders of Quinn. I think Sark is a little bit better scheming. He's probably putting more effort, more time. There's no telling that Sark and Kirby both, making Evan's point right here. There's a lot about this game that these coaches will throw at each other. There's a little bit of familiarity with one another, with Sark being at Bama, Kirby being at Georgia. We have agreed, me and John Smith. John Smith have agreed. That's so funny, man. I'll get through that in 1 second, Eddie. That is elite. But we have agreed, me and John Smith, if Texas wins, he sings the eyes of Texas on the channel. It went well last time we made this wager. If we lose, John's coming on, and I have to do the Georgia bark along with saying some other stuff. So rooting for Texas extra hard. This is hilarious. Welcome, Eddie.
First of all, spell my name right. It's P-E-Y, Eddie. Second of all, I'm at work right now. So I work for the news, the local news in Dallas, and with my photographer. He's driving us to our live shot, and I'm on at 9 p.m., so catch me then. So I'm not driving. I'm in the passenger seat.
It is not a 99 Toyota Corolla confirmed.
What is this?
It's probably a Ford. I get.
The people think that we're in a Toyota Corolla right now.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Did you three watch Amanda shred Billy up a little bit today?
I watched. That was awesome.
I was. You got my text, Ghost. I was busy dealing. So.
Yeah. You're right, brother.
Dude, crap. Get a call from the doctor. Hey, by the way, wrong bag.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Yeah. Keep thinking about Nash's dad, y'all, going through tough times, and definitely could use any extra thought. But yeah, hi, Durag. Appreciate you being here. You didn't watch the video early. You didn't watch Billy get flamed because it didn't get posted on Twitter. Like you subscribe, just hop on there later. Evan, I'm kind of scared of this. I'm not making any more wagers regarding this game, but yeah, Gage has your back, Peyton. Here you go. Don't worry. But Georgia's good, man. Carson Beck, like you said earlier, Nash, he proved in the second half in that game that he could lead a team back just throwing the ball. They haven't ran the ball very well, though. And it's crazy to watch this Georgia team in years past. Just they maul people. This year they're rushing for several games where they've averaged under 3 yards a carry. So are you afraid of Carson? Go ahead.
I was just saying, numbers-wise, it's really a great matchup. Like, it's not a really strong rushing offense for Texas going up against a really strong rushing defense for Georgia. And then same vice versa, but it's really just a big passing matchup going on out here on both sides of the ball. And it's going to be really interesting because we've seen all the great numbers, and I've been having a terrific time posting the great numbers for Jahdae Barron and Malik Muhammad.
Right.
It's time. Like, it's like we said, like last week, if you want to be an island, go be an island. Well, hey, this is your chance. And
exactly what we said.
Your chance to show it on the biggest stage. And you know what? If they do, this is a for real defense.
Yeah, to me, I think Georgia does a lot of quick stuff to try to soften up coverage some. If you looked into their screen game at all, Nash, it looks a little similar to ours. I honestly wasn't expecting it. Coach Chris Hayes is the one that put me on that, and so I watched a couple of videos. And if we can limit those yards after catch in that screen game, I feel really, really good about this one. But what are your thoughts if you've seen any of that?
I would say that's where I kind of really like having a Michael Taft. I'm gonna miss a Derek, because Derek Williams was also really good at that coming downhill. But at the same time, we saw it versus Oklahoma. I almost said Malik Muhammad, Jelani McDonald. I am very excited to watch his athleticism, and he's really gonna be tested in this game. First game out is, hey, here's a big test for you.
I hope you're right, Seti. That would be pretty sick, man. It definitely it scares me, guys. It scares you when everybody, and it feels like everybody is choosing Texas. Everyone, every major news outlet that's not coming out of this great state of Georgia, everybody is picking Texas. Does that make you worry a little bit more, regardless of what you see on the field and what you think about the teams?
It's like the college game day graphic curse, right? It's the same idea.
It's been this way the entire year so far, really. I mean, maybe the Michigan game, outside of a few Michigan homers, there was nobody really picking Michigan. The way that I think about this is guys like Jahdae Barron on this team, they're not going to allow that to happen, right? Like, no matter what the noise is outside, I mean, like literally 10 feet outside DKR, everybody could be chanting number one, all that crap, and after beating Georgia, and I have full confidence that Jahdae Barron, if we beat Georgia, he's gonna go walk straight in that locker room, iPads. He's gonna start handing them out. Okay, Vanderbilt, right? And it's the mentality like that it doesn't matter what we think as fans, as long as these players have the correct mentality. We can. The media can get as loud as they want. They can pick Texas all they want, because at the end of the day, our team knows if they go out there and they play their brand of football, there's no team in the nation that can beat them. And that's a dangerous level of confidence to have.
That's the thing, man, that with Quinn at full strength, with Quinn on the go, like Texas becomes so scary on offense because you have to defend the length of the field. Obviously, the screen game, the run game's been there. The offensive line is picking it up. We do have a question from Coach Hayes here. Curious, from a Texas fan base, do you think there's a divide between yours and Manning? Like, if Ewers struggles early, does Manning get the shot? Nash, I know you talked about that a little bit. Joseph, I want to hear from you first, brother.
Yeah, I mean, this is Quinn's team. That's not even like it's not even a question at this point. You know, like he struggles early, fine. Like, you know, Oklahoma game, we started off slow, then he got in his groove and it was fine. Like, it's not even something I would consider. I think Sark got asked like something similar, or what did he either today or yesterday? They asked him, you know, what would it take for you to like make a change at quarterback like during game, and he's like, I'm not even answering that question. It's not
the only way that Quinn Ewers is getting pulled out of the game and Arch Manning is going to be the starting quarterback, and not even starting because at that point Quinn was already a starter, but for Arch Manning to go out there and take the reps at the quarterback position, Texas is either going to have to be up very big in the football game where it's just not even a concern. And then the other scenario is Quinn Ewers is just physically not able to throw the football or not able to carry out the duties of being the quarterback in the Steve Sarkisian offense because his injury is there. And that might come from a hit that re-aggravates something that who knows, but those are the only scenario. If Arch Manning is going out there and it's a tie game, Quinn Ewers is hurt, and he's hurt bad.
Yeah, I kind of hate that question. I hate that question. I mean, I guess we're gonna get it for the rest of the year. No offense, Mr. Hayes. I'm sure you're fantastic. But I hate that question, and I think, like Joseph said, I'm sure Sark hates that question, but I guess we all know that it's coming. But yeah, the only reason he would come out is if he was hurt. Even if we're down, which I don't think is going to happen, I don't think that he would come in. Secondly, I'm going to be like a devil's advocate. If Quinn had a lights out game against OU, I would still come into this being like, what Quinn are we going to get? You know what I'm saying? So, but I am wearing his jersey tomorrow. Ewers on the back, so I will be supporting, and I have faith in him.
Absolutely. The guys in the comments are killing it right now. My goodness. Well said, all three guys. Like, and coaches, yeah, that's no offense to you at all whatsoever, brother. It's just we've all had that question, heard that question, seen that question ever since Arch Manning stepped on campus. And so obviously the noise has gotten a little bit louder after Arch goes out and has a really, really, really great performance against Mississippi State. Looked really, really good in that game. And so, yeah, I mean, we have fans even after Quinn had a really good Michigan game who were still saying, hey, well, why don't we give Arch more of a shot? So really hard fan base to please at times. But that's about the bottom 10% of the guys that just want something to nitpick and argue about, because obviously things have gone really, really well for Texas. Let me do this, guys. It's time for game balls. Matthew Golden, QB1. Let me tell you something, man. That second ball that he threw, did you all see how he followed through? He held the pose a little bit. He looked good. Good. And
It was the glove. It was the glove that messed him up on the first one.
that was an awful
Damn
throw.
gloves. Those damn gloves.
My Lord. Game balls, offense, defense. Peyton, why don't you go first?
I mean, I know Quinn is like the given answer. If I'm gonna go someone not Quinn, oh Lord, I'm on 24%.
We need to ban quarterbacks. Just ban them. We just need to ban the quarterbacks from these picks.
Because my number one guy is Bond, but Wingo really impressed me during OU. But I just hope to God I am sitting here on Sunday giving the game ball to Isaiah.
I would love it. What about defense?
Oh, defense. I'm so sorry. Who did I pick last week? I don't know.
Last week on defense, you had Colin Simmons, I think.
Yeah, and I don't want to say him again. I don't know. No, I'm going to say him again because I want him to have a really good game against Georgia because a lot of spotlight is on him and he knows it and I want it for him. So I'm going to stick with him this week. Why are you laughing? Oh my God, Eddie.
You almost got a smile on Joseph. That's a good joke.
That's a good one.
I picked Ant last against OU. I mean, he was like the player of the game, right? So yeah, I picked Ant last week. I'm going back to Colin because I know the spotlight's on him.
JD and Jay Ward both say Ant-Man. Who you got, guys? Whoever wants it.
I'll go.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, I'll go. I know I'm stealing yours, Ghost, because you're probably going back to him. But Gunnar Helm, that dude. I mean, just hurdling guys. At this point, he's a dude, right? And there were a lot of people can say, "Oh, I saw it completely." I don't know how many people would have put money, put $100 on Gunnar Helm having a better season than Jatavian Sanders or anything like that. This dude, he is a legit piece of our offense. People were. It's funny because you look back at it, Michigan, everybody's including kind of me a little bit. Oh, the underrated game plan to the offense. Michigan was just completely overlooking Gunnar Helm. That's why they went to him. Oh, and then we keep on using him. Oh, okay. So he's an actual legit tight end weapon now. Okay, cool. We just didn't know that. But I love his blocking. I love the mentality of Gunnar Helm, right? I talked with you, Ghost, about this. He's out there, he's talking crap to everybody. He wants every last little bit of smoke that there is out there.
Yes, he does.
On defense, I hope I'm not stealing any of y'all's, but Jade Barron. I got it. Oh, Joseph, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, dude.
You took both of mine. You took both of mine. I gotta go. I gotta go think of another one.
I just feel like this is the classic Jade Barron game, right? This feels like the big game when you need Jade Barron. Think back to when we were at Alabama, on the road. Jade gets a huge pick against Alabama. These are just. I think that you're going to see his football IQ come through, and he's going to have an interception somewhere. He's going to have some tackles for losses. This guy, when he's woken up, man, Jade is a scary football player to play against.
I mean, he's been very impressive.
Didn't he either recovered or forced the fumble versus TCU a couple years back too. When
In
the game was
backfield, yeah, it was game over. Yeah,
when the game was over, and then it's like, oh shit, we have a chance now because this just happened.
I think
It
he scored.
It was a fumble 6. He might have strip sacked and picked it up himself, but I mean, either way, like he has a knack for making big plays in big games, very similar to Quinn Ewers.
He does. Absolutely agree. Joseph, offense, defense, MVP. I know one of yours.
Man, both of them got taken. I guess for me on defense, it's just going to be like, if not Jade, like just the DBs in general. Like I think, as we said before, this is a game that's going to be decided in the air. Our pass defense is the key, I think, for us keeping Georgia out of the game. So that, to me, that's the most important thing. And I think we have a great secondary week. Like, this is the game they will step up in, I think. And then on offense, I'm going to go with Isaiah Bond. Just throwing the ball a lot. He's having a great year. He was the player I was most excited about coming into this year. Him coming from Alabama, and I think he's lived up to the hype.
Absolutely, man. Seven's been a lot of fun to watch. It was definitely a little scary last week when he limped off the field at the Cotton Bowl. But sounds like he'll be on the field, and I don't think I'm hoping it's not just as a decoy or anything like that. I hope he's 100% ready to go. I don't think he'd be out there as a decoy because we're so deep at wide receiver that
no, he would. Look,
exactly.
Ryan Wingo is not sitting on the sideline because we want to decoy out.
Exactly.
Like it's just like this. That's where the depth of this team, like you said, it is a different level.
The depth at receiver is just like it's insane. I don't know if I've ever seen a receiver.
See here in 2021, we had a Ryan Wingo and Xavier Worthy, and we were running them out there every single snap. Like, hey,
well, it was
throwing the ball on every snap.
Yeah,
like 20,
what was it, like 21 targets versus Kansas or something like
that? Yeah, that's exactly that. God dang Kansas. Nash did indeed take my guy. I would have taken Gunnar Helm. I don't care what the opponent is. I think I've taken him like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. With that being said, I'm going Ryan Wingo. Ryan could have a very big impact on this game. We're going to need him. He's big. He's physical. It seems like there's some trust with Quinn and Ryan happening. And so let me go Ryan Wingo. Last week, I think I did pretty well at Helm and Ant Hill last week. Defense is tough right now because I want to take the Austin boys. It's the biggest home game these Austin guys have any of this team's ever been a part of. But one of the Austin guys on defense, need them to make a play. Y'all mentioned Taff. You mentioned Jade. Curious as who makes a play, or Makuba as well. So y'all taking Taff and Barron or talked about them. So I'll go Makuba. Welcome to Austin. The biggest first top 5 matchup in DKR since 2006. We haven't beat a top 5 team at DKR since '99. One of the Austin boys.
Done it in my lifetime. We haven't beaten a top 5 team at home in my lifetime.
I'll never forget Mike Williams scoring a touchdown in '99 to help beat Nebraska tight end down the sideline in the north end zone. And I was a little dude, and that was a long ass time ago. So we're due.
I was just a little twerp running around. I didn't even, probably to be honest, I didn't even know what Texas football was at that.
06 was Ohio State, right? Colt McCoy's first year.
Colt McCoy versus Troy Smith. 21-10 Buckeyes. Yeah, man, it was like a 7-3 game right before half, and I mean like 40 seconds left, and Ted Ginn was so damn fast for Ohio State out there. He could pretty much run in a straight line, really, really fast. Or maybe catch a slant and go. Wasn't the most refined route runner, but he blew by Aaron Ross, legendary Longhorn Aaron Ross, and got him for a deep touchdown. And I still blame Greg Davis for that one. Colt McCoy was a freshman. What's that?
Nice career with the Saints too.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, good times, man. Didn't think in 2006 when we watched number 1 Ohio State and number 2 Texas it'd be the last time in 18 years that we had a game of that magnitude at DKR. But all right, guys, all these great comments coming in. Sorry I didn't get some of them up. I would love if Jonte came in and made a play, man. It's kind of odd that we didn't see him last week. Y'all guys concerned about that? I think they're, just tribute to the wide receiver depth that we have and it being a very big game against a defense that throws a lot of looks out there. What are y'all's thoughts on Jonte not getting any run last week?
Here, hold on. I'm pulling up his snap counts because it does appear that Jonte might be in the doghouse a little bit for dropping a ball versus Mississippi State.
Right.
Only way to get out of the doghouse is keep on working. Just grind your way out, man. And you know what? I feel like this is going to be one of those this is one of those moments in your life later on you look back on, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I was probably this situation probably it was probably better that it happened that way. You know, I know it's kind of like stupid to say that. Like it sounds like it's better they dropped the football, right? But it's just one of those moments that he's going to look back and he's going to say, you know what, that adversity from grinding it out and, you know, having to work my way back into some snaps and some routes, you know, that I can take lessons from that and, you know, apply it later on in life and be really successful in life. Because, you know, that's the mentality that you're going to have. And honestly, this is going to show us if he does come back and he is getting routes, hey, this dude's got the mindset that you want, and he's got the mindset that, you know what, next year there's all those 5 stars coming in. Hey, maybe don't overlook Jonte.
No, I'm with you, man. And that's the thing is a lot of people just naturally assume Jonte would kind of be the next guy in line out there after X departed and Adonai was gone. And then we have this big influx of wide receiver talent coming in via the portal. You have a 5-star Ron Wingo step up and doesn't look like a freshman out there. And so, you know, it's not that he's lost in the shuffle, man. It's just like you can't have big drops like that. You know, that was at the time a very, very big drop in the second quarter of that Mississippi State game on a good ball from March Manning. He most likely scores on that play. Joseph, does it bother you at all, or any thoughts on Jonte?
No, I agree with what Nash said. I don't think it bothers me at all. You know, we have 400 receivers that would start at every college in the country. You know, this is what happens. Like, you know, somebody has to play. So I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Peyton, do you have a favorite wide receiver that's not Isaiah Bond?
No. I'm going to ride hard for my guy. I can't switch up now.
I respect the honesty, though.
No, I'm all about it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, this one. I mean, yeah, I like them all. I don't hate them.
Of course. No.
Name one other wide receiver. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I was joking. Name one other wide receiver.
Goodbye. Nash.
Goodbye. I agree with you, Seti. Jonte definitely will have his day. There, I muted him for you. Are you happy, Peyton?
No, y'all treat me like the girl.
No, I don't.
Oh, no.
Am I going to see you tomorrow, Nash, or not?
Well, it depends on if you're going to purposely ignore me.
Let's say this is a sensitive subject. You know, Nash and I literally talked for 3 hours on the drive home about how we just got ghosted by Peyton.
Man, dude, Peyton's right there. She's just like rows away, man, and she's just not even going to wave and say hi or anything.
We could see you in section 11, row 5, and you were just like, "What? I don't even care."
Yeah, she gave us the cold shoulder, stiff armed us. Gave us the Ricky Williams stiff arm.
No, I've sent a dozen apologies to people because I had plans on meeting up with even more people. Joseph, you included, multiple people, and I did not do so. And it was absolutely madness around the Cotton Bowl. You know, within about 2 or 3 hours before kickoff.
Yeah, you gotta have game plans. You gotta say, hey, here's a specific, there's a specific place that we're gonna look for, like Big Tex or something like that. Like get a nice landmark out there. And say, hey, we're going to meet each other at this exact time, because cell phone service is not happening. I remember I was like, I'm like sitting there we were trying to meet up with Travis, and it's like, I actually think the funny thing is, Ghost, I think I saw Travis, and I was like screaming at him, but like it was just they were so hectic in the food court, he couldn't hear me. If it was Travis, if not,
the student section,
I'm some weirdo yelling Travis.
The student section was full an hour before the game. And by the time kickoff hit, it was full, and the stairs were full of people, and everybody stands on the bleachers, and like the walkway in front of the bleachers were also all full of people. Like it was
That's awesome.
It was insane.
The top row above us, where all the disabled seats are, was literally just like 3 rows of mass humanity. Yeah, it was just it was packed.
I'm gonna be honest. I like the way that Parker did it. Like he's like, I'm gonna grab a couple tables at the food court, which this is their tradition. This is Sweet Dollar Iced Tea on Twitter, and we were just like, hey, this is where we're gonna be. And a lot of people, came by there. I kind of like that, but I don't know if Peyton or Joseph. I don't know if y'all walked through the food court post game, but oh my god, it was a sauna. Like it was gross in there.
No, dude, we were in there for like maybe 5 minutes, and we said, "Screw this, let's just get on out of here."
Out of there.
Wait, Nash, did you ask me to name another wide receiver, or is that what you asked to make me look stupid?
No, oh no, it was not to make you look stupid.
Oh, I'm about to fight you tomorrow. It's not even.
This is the second fight we've had on the channel.
You actually have to go see him to fight him.
I will. Okay, I'm like, my friends all came up for Texas OU, and now not a lot of my like college friends. Joseph, I am cool, but now old. I was cool like you once. All my college friends are like not going to this game, so I'm literally hanging out with all my Twitter Longhorn crew. So that's why I'm like, I need to see you. Second of all, my best friend Hannah, her last name is Wing, and we call her Wingo, and so that's why I take Isaiah Bond, this is freaking weird because we're like in our 30s, but like I'm Isaiah Bond, and then she's Wingo. See, look,
I love it. No way.
Yeah, she got like
that's perfect.
And everything.
I love it.
So goodbye, Nash. I will punch you tomorrow.
I'm full on expecting it now that Peyton's gonna I'm gonna be like, hey Peyton, so nice to meet you, and she's gonna come up and just like smack the shit out of me.
I will say this: I love the service at EKR. It's I kind of got spoiled.
It has gotten better.
Yeah,
but for big games, Mississippi State
Yeah, that first half it was bad for me. It's true. But yeah, all right. Let's.
OU scores.
I have a big prediction. I have a big prediction for Saturday. Let me see what you guys think.
Okay.
I think we will return a punt for a touchdown.
I played a scenario out in my head early where we've got Georgia pinned back inside the 15 or so. Rush the punter pretty good. He gets off a quick one. Silas catches it on the run, makes one tackle, breaks one tackle, and gone.
He had some good returns against OU. That thing he does where he like catches it on the run. I don't know what it is, but he's due, and I think it's happening this week.
Dude, I've said it before too, like in like spaces. I'm like, hey, like I know this is kind of like a hot take. I want Silas to keep returning to this ball. Like I know and he did have one where I think we talked about it too in the show after the Oklahoma game. Like he actually did have one where I look back and I'm like, oh wait, yeah, no, he actually did. I think it was at Colorado State. He muffed one, and one of our gunners, not gunners, but blockers on the gunners, actually like ran and jumped on the ball, and that's why we kept the ball. But it was just like, he is dangerous with it, but sometimes living dangerous pays off, man. Silas Bolden will actually, he's going to house one this year.
He's due, and I think he's due now.
Would be huge.
Well, because especially if you sell out to tackle him, and those guys get blocked or they miss, I mean that's 3 to 4 bodies out of the play, right then and there. And yeah, it's one of those ones, man, where he's dynamic with the football in his hands, like a legit joystick.
He won over. If he hadn't won over everybody he's hurt before last weekend, he certainly did with the effort that he showed on that touchdown of the second quarter. Let's get to predictions. Peyton, Texas, Georgia, biggest home game in 18 years. What are you thinking here?
I've said it from the beginning. I think 27-24 Texas. I know that's close, but that's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. Nash.
27-24. How does this game end? Does Texas stop Georgia as they're driving to try and tie it up? Do we win the game?
We're getting a field goal at the end.
I love it. Burt has to be better, as Mr. Coach Snark said earlier. He might be my favorite player on the team. I love tweeting out Burt. But but you got to make field goals, man. Like, that's when I get to tweet that out. Look bad against Oklahoma. Redeems himself, says Miss Peyton. I love it. Nash, what do you got prediction-wise, bub?
I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go 30-17.
Oh.
A little BTA in there?
Two field goals. I didn't pick that up.
Wait, what did I miss?
Well, whatever. If your comment, I didn't pick up the joke on your comment.
Oh, BTA, belt to
Oh yeah.
the bottom.
Oh yes. Plenty of DeAndre. Hey, no, Peyton, I'm not
Wait
trying to
a
make you
second.
look stupid. I'm the stupid one.
Pause. And
I'm the
I'm
stupid
getting
one.
made fun of right now. I'm getting made fun of, and he did not know what BTA means. I'm out. Like, I'm out. Like,
Well, I didn't know if he was, naming some boy band or anything like that.
This is a new rivalry that I didn't see
You
blossoming.
should have heard the music that Ghost was listening to on the way up there, man. Oh my god! I don't think we listened to one song, dude.
No, we really didn't.
It was just straight up ball. We were ready. We were ready to go, man. Get some ball play.
We talked game plan the whole way up there. It was a fun ride. So Nash says 30-17. Peyton with a Burt Auburn game-winning field goal, 27-24. Joseph, what you got, man?
I've got 31-26, but I think that we lead the whole game. I don't think we trail. I think we're one step ahead the whole time, but it's still a close game. That's my prediction.
That's kind of
I like it, man. I would love for it to be, semi-comfortable would be really, really, really cool.
Hey, my heart could use it.
Yeah, no kidding. Shout out, Seti. That's a great comment here. I'm not too far from Judson. Anthony Evans is a really fun player to watch. Hopefully not on Saturday. Would love a turnover in the punt return game for old Anthony. Just this time. Great kid, though. I put it on the timeline. I've said it on the channel a few times. I have Texas 27, Georgia 23. All over it right there with you, Peyton. I think Texas defense, we end a Georgia drive. I don't know where out on the field. I think we see a good game, guys. I really do. I would love for everybody that assumes that we will just ragdoll Georgia. I hope they're all right. But I think we see Georgia's absolute best in this game. Now I said it earlier. Not to be too silly, but it'll be a dogfight. It really will. A couple comments here. We have Bert.
where are the Jello shots?
I like. Okay,
they had
Texas.
them at the Red River. I completely missed them, but
okay.
The fireball ones were excellent, divine.
Seti says Georgia is Georgia in name only. I like the confidence, guys. Yeah, that fried fireball shot. Have y'all tried it, Peyton? Joseph, have y'all tried the fried?
A fried fireball shot?
Okay, so look, it sounds a lot different than what it actually is. It's just a fried French toast stick and a fireball shot. But like the two things, like you eat the little French toast stick, then you take the shot. The two things just go together great.
And I would have gotten more
French toast and fireball.
Trust it, man.
I mean,
you're sounding way too skeptical right now, but I'm a
little skeptical. I'm not going.
Everybody out of our group, everybody was just like, "Wow, phenomenal."
I will say I was skeptical. I had a pickle shot like 2 weeks ago. That was actually pretty good.
For the first time ever?
Yeah, for the first time ever.
I worry about you.
When are we supposed to have a pickle shot?
He technically is. He's still in college, so he's still young.
Figuring it all out. There you go.
He's legally handling these things.
Sure.
I'm just glad that he's back. He had to serve a 2-week suspension from the channel after the Ashton Genty take, and nobody's perfect, so we talked it out.
Just
I sit on the very front of the Ashton Genty fan bus, and so when you said that, I was a little hurt. I was
you kicked him off that thing.
No, I really didn't. He just he's welcome anytime. It's fun, man. I love doing these pre-games, love doing these post-games with you guys. Thank you all for taking the time to do that. I'm telling you, Fetty, that's the thing, bro. Like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. I still got that. I can't remember who was calling it UTSD, Fancy and Rocky. Hey, man, if it wouldn't have been for that first quarter rust that Quinn showed, I'd be a lot more confident right now. We didn't really have to ask Quinn to do a lot in that game. I'm trusting everybody. I mean, Quinn's going to show up. We got to have Quinn show up. I would love for y'all to be right. I'm calling it soft, admittedly. But yeah, guys, any other games, anything y'all want to bring up, talk about before we get you out of here?
I'll say I just want to mention, because this is my I wish I didn't take Joseph's Jade Barron pick, because I feel bad. I actually do feel bad. But if I were to, and I do feel bad about you, Peyton. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to give you. I'm not trying to give you crap. I'm not trying to give you crap tonight. I can feel, but I was gonna say Vernon Broughton. This dude, he has been playing phenomenal for us this year, and I can really see him having a monster game. This especially getting after Carson Beck. What he does really, like, his best game is rushing the passer as a defensive tackle, and I think that him and Alfred Collins, but specifically Vernon Broughton, that would be who my that would be who my I was going back and forth on Broughton and Barron, but Vernon Broughton, yeah, I like him as my player of the game, my second player of the game.
I think Peyton's Toyota Corolla Charger just finally bit the bullet there. I like that, man. You're more than allowed to change players of the game. Obviously, Big Vernon's been balling.
Oh, I'm not changing. I'm just saying he's second in line.
I
want to give him some flowers.
He's made himself a lot of money this year. I would he's
a lot. Yeah. He's walking around with 2 big duffel bags full of cash right now.
Eddie, man, I can't wait to have you on talking college basketball, because that boy's in his bag right now. Sorry, guys. It's college basketball season 2 now. Yeah, Vernon's been incredible, man. I really loved, I don't know if y'all saw the clip I posted of his mom talking about, basically setting him straight and saying, hey, talking about transferring, like, wherever you go, you got to put that work in. You know what I mean? You got to trust your coaches. And now Vernon is falling in line with a history of really solid. Welcome back. Hey there.
What's up?
We missed you. We were wondering what happened. But no, she set him straight. Now he's falling in a line of what, we're starting to develop a little history here in the last few years of putting out these DTs who have been sitting and going through the system, going through the process, the development, all that mess, and then are really, really producing when they finally get their chance out on the field. And so, shout out Big Vernon Broughton. Guys, if you haven't checked that interview out, it's under my live tab on the channel. We've got Peter Taft, Michael's dad, was on Wednesday. The Majors, Brent and Tracy, were on Wednesday afternoon. Those are fantastic people. I did not realize that Jake Majors' dad, Brent, is an Alabama fan. So that was fun. And then yesterday, Yolanda Broughton was on. She was a really, really good time. Seti, man, you killing the comments, man. I'm gonna be honest with you here. This is pretty great.
See Longhorns?
I guess he wasn't here.
Yeah, he is.
Seti, you're long. Okay. Tap.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's on Twitter.
There you go. But yeah, guys, like this video, show these guys some love. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, or if you're watching on Twitter, Mr. Eddie, hop into that profile, follow the bio. It'll take you to the channel. Throw these guys a like. They're killing it with all the pregame stuff, postgame stuff, and whatever random shows are coming on with the channel. So we'll have at least a couple of them back, if not all of them, back this Sunday. And with that being said, guys, any last words?
Y'all better drop me your pin tomorrow where you're at.
I won't be there as early as you, but
who said I was going to be there early?
You're leaving Austin at 5 a.m. or Dallas at 5 a.m. That's
to get to my friends and then get ready and get out there.
I don't know. I don't know how you do things, but
are you being so
for me,
I'm
not.
I'll be out there for game day, and then I'll.
Are you serious?
Yes, but that's I don't live too far from him.
What time are you going?
Probably stupidly. I'm not gonna go that early, because there's no shot I'm getting the only way I'd go that early is probably 7 a.m. But yeah, all the I'm not gonna get front row nut bag.
You're not trying to get you're just trying to get the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet,
dude. The helmet you got, dude. Let's just be honest here, okay? Honesty hour. I'd much rather pay like $20 to buy one off eBay for someone that sat there than show up at 5 a.m. because this is like look, Joseph, the way that they do these student tickets, right? there's gonna be a lot of Longhorn students out there really early for this game.
Yes.
Like
It's
no, they're gonna it's not gonna it's just not. I don't think it's possible. Like I to be honest, I think I might have to be heading down there right now to get one of those helmets. So I'm not, and even then it might be too late. So these things, they seem more prestigious than those PS5s did in 2020. So I've admitted my loss on that one, but probably get down there around like 7 to 8, and then admittedly, I know I'm a horrible fan. Drive back up to my house, enjoy some college football, then head back down. And this game, I'm actually hoping to. I got my sister on duty here, so she can her and her husband can watch my dad. So I am planning on letting it loose, man. I'm actually like, let's hope. I want to be hammered at the end of the game. Okay, I want to be on my way to 6th Street, like leading the charge with a baton.
Nash, I might come over there with you in Section 7, and we'll do what we did last week, and that was a lot of fun. I think we were definitely the loudest people.
Right next to the aisle too, so like that, like, hey, it's actually funny. Like I had a seat up in the top, and I was just kind of like halfway in on that seat with him and his brother.
We squished in tight. We're standing in front of each other at times, or like up on each other's shoulders. It was a scene. We're definitely the loudest people in Section 13. That's what everybody needs to do. We got called out all day by my buddy Chris Marler. I don't know if y'all saw that post. Basically mocking DKR, mocking the wine and cheese crowd. Said give them all the hookums and Matthew McConaughey bullshit that we want. He was like, it doesn't matter. And so he's my buddy. I took that personally. I sent him a couple of audio text messages and let him know how I feel. And we better be damn loud. Joseph, you're in charge of this, brother. Students have been A++++ the last few seasons. We need you.
I know they're UT said that we need to get there by like 3:30, I think, if we want to get in, which I think is crazy. But
that right there, that right there is why I'm not getting a helmet. No.
Well, not 3:30 a.m.
3:30 p.m.
Well, I mean, I was still in Bama mode because the Bama game was early.
Yeah, they did change the system from how it worked at Bama because that was a complete.
I mean, you're still gonna have to get there really early. Like, it's gonna be if you show up at 3:30 p.m. You ain't getting it.
Well, we're guaranteed to be in, but like I don't know. It's all very, I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like they'll pack as many people. I feel like we're gonna have like 106, 107, something silly inside of DKR tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna get really loud. I'll say this, Ghost. Like I'm not sure if you remember, but there was like a point early on in the OU game. It was like touching my brain loud. The sound, like it was like I was like, oh wow, that's like actually getting in the eardrums. Right, that's going deep in there. It was cool that the dual shot that we have of that Gunner Helm touchdown.
Oh yeah,
there's the side of you looking at me, and I got my camera. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, that was elite content right there. Definitely a fun day. I've had a lot of fun times there. That might have been the most fun overall that I've had. But yeah, guys, gals, Peyton, tomorrow we see you. Nash, Joseph, hope to see you both. I'm expecting to. So I know, Joseph, you'll be doing the student thing. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate you all watching. Seti, appreciate you coming in here. Ingrid, Gage, my man.
Seti, I respect you. Follow me. Let's hang out.
There you go, Seti. You got it. Follow and hang out, my man. But guys, once again, thanks for being here. Thanks for doing this. Hook'em Horns, beat the ever-living piss out of Georgia tomorrow. Let's see it. It's time for Texas. That 1999 stat has to die tomorrow. So tomorrow we get a top 5 win. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. All right.